Well, you have to remember that ever since the 1930s through 1990, Hungary lived under Nazi rule, and then the Russians came and freed them from the Nazis, but the catch was they never left. And so then they were suppressed and lived under communist rule for about the next 40 years. And that really stagnated their growth economically, culturally, and with religion, because all of those views were suppressed by the communist government. And so this is a new time for Hungary and Eastern Europe as it's emerging, having to create its own markets, having to create its own trade, really to find its new identity away from the history that it suffered under of the Iron Curtain. And there are a lot of great tourist attractions there.
Oh, yeah.
The Museum of Terror, the Jewish church has a tremendous synagogue has a tremendous cemetery and monuments. I think over 300,000 Hungarian Jews were taken to Dachau during the World War II era. And so there's a lot of history there.
Shoes on the Danube.
Shoes on the Danube, where the Jews were actually led to the Danube, removed their shoes and belongings, and shot and pushed into the river. They're embarrassed by it. There's a park probably a few miles out of town called the Memento Park. That's where they've taken the remaining pieces of the communist statues down, of Lenin or Marx or from whatever. And a lot of them are broken in pieces, but they've taken them out and put them in a special park that you can go see them. But they don't readily talk about it, and they don't really tell you about it. You have to find out about that on your own. So they have a lot of history that's dark, but they're eventually turning the corner on that and trying to be more like Western Europe and become more democratized.